It's day 13. It's not Friday probably though. So, but it is the Radio Free Skaro Fluid Links Advent Calendar. This one comes from Michelle_212 off of Blue Sky. You are sent back in time for a one-time 10 minutes only opportunity. You drop into a meeting between Sidney Newman and Verity Lambert on November 1st, 1963. What message do you focus on getting to them? Do you want to change history or ensure?
Where was filming at that point in time?
Where? Oh boy,
they would have been shooting the Daleks.
No, they would not have. They shot because I know that they shot episode. They shot the remake. No, they were. Let me think about this. Do you want me to really think about this? Because I can.
Sure, why not?
I wouldn't ask.
Mine will be pretty frivolous. So.
Because they were shooting the remounted episode 2 of the Daleks the weekend of the premiere. Also, the weekend that some guy in the States got shot in Dallas. But
that trifling concern.
Yeah, and so it was be 3, 2, 1. Oh, you know what? November 1st would, oddly enough, 15, 20. November the 1st, I think, if I've got my sums right, is, and if not, I don't care.
So
that would be the one where it's actually the botched recording of episode 2. I think is.
I'm looking at Shannon Sullivan's website, as we've oft referenced in the past.
We have indeed.
November 1st, there is recording happening for 100,000 BC at Lime Grove Studio D, as well as recording for the Daleks at Ealing.
They're doing filming stuff. Okay, so no actual. Okay,
so they're still basically shooting the first story.
Gotcha, but also prepping for the second.
Yeah.
So there we go. So the Daleks have yet to roll on to set. Then is what you're saying. So you could really make a big change.
Yeah.
Just go. What are you doing? What are you doing, Verity? What are you doing with these bug-out monsters? Come on, listen to him. He's a Canadian. I know. We're Canadians, right, Sydney? Come on. Plus, we're men, and it's 1963, and that's 4 against you, one solo woman.
Well, that's where my one idea comes in. I got 2 ideas. One would be to walk in and say, guard these videotapes with your life. I'm not kidding about this.
Yes.
But my other one would be to pop in. They have no idea who I am. I just pop in and I say, hey, guys, there's going to be 2 black doctors and 2 women doctors. And I'm talking about 3 different people. Chew on that one for a while and then just leave.
Yeah, maybe not less.
And they don't even know there's going to be any new doctors at all, right?
Yeah, less of the time traveling misogyny and maybe more of the here's what's
just
to
to see
future.
more Sidney Newman reaction than Verity Lambert's, although I don't know what her opinions were. So
yeah, no, I do like the idea. Listen. Play and record. Okay, just listen. I gotta bring. This is what this is called is a JVC VCR. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook it up to your tape machine.
It's from Japan. What?
It's from Japan. Yes, I know what you mean. And I'm just gonna hook it up to this tape machine.
It's gonna be
down
NTSC,
to the basement.
so that's your first problem.
Okay, so what I'm going to... Okay, so we have... Oh, this requires 2 trips now, or at least a very expensive purchase off of eBay. So first, I have to get a JVC or any other brands are available. PAL VHS machine that's analog, that can plug into videotape machine 2 in the basement of BBC Television Centre and just have it off in the wings somewhere and just...
Why would you use a VCR?
Well, I see.
There's gonna be some sort of like digital capture card that
it's 1963. It's 63.
Yeah, so you can still potentially have like analog inputs of like RCA,
like a digital
RCA
capture
audio
card.
and video kind of thing.
So but you'd only have
something like that where you're gonna get lossless recording off these tapes.
Okay.
So here's what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna discover your secret recording stash, and they're gonna use the technology that's about 15, 20 years ahead of time, and then Britain, of all people, will be so far ahead that it'll ruin multicam, and they will be the bright shining star of streaming and all media, which actually sounds kind of good. So keep going.
Also, on November 1st, 1963, there's very little in the can. There's very little to record off.
That's true. That's true, which means you'd need a very big hard drive because you only have one trip, 10 minutes. And then you have to travel back.
Even a hard drive is paradoxical as hell back then.
It is.
I mean, I'm sure they existed, but they were tiny.
And as much as anything, if you only have 10 minutes, odds are whatever you're going to record has to be played back in real time.
Well, so what you do is you get a digital capture card with an analog thing that you have to somehow plug into a videotape Ampex machine that's probably made in 1961. You have to hope that here's the bonus though. You don't have to worry about anything past 1969. All right. You don't have to worry about it being discovered for 6 years. So you have to go back, plug it in. You have 10 minutes to do this. Really, the only thing you're getting Sydney and Verity to do is to validate your parking. Can you just do this?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my questions to distract them while you do this.
Perfect. We go as a trio. Exactly. Chris, your muscle, just in case, I don't know, Peter.
Don't leave the room, Sydney. Verity, I don't want to hit you.
Rex Tucker comes in, he's really fighting mad because he's been kicked off Doctor Who. He's going to punch someone. You take down Rex Tucker. Warren, you distract Sydney and Verity. I go down
socially progressive ways.
Exactly. But no, Chris, you might be more technically inclined than I. Okay, so you have to beat up Rex Tucker. Make sure
I'd also be good with just having a cigarette and a whiskey with Sydney and Verity.
Actually, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal for you.
New thing, Chris, you distract them. Drink and smoke with Sydney and Verity. Warren, punch out Rex Tucker.
Okay.
I just don't like him. Just punch him out.
You might be asking a bit much of me here, and I am going to drop my socially progressive bomb on these guys at one point or another.
Okay, sure.
Probably when they're two drinks in.
Well, that might change history. You have 10 minutes, and then I go downstairs, hook up the hard drive, make sure that it's capturing the card, and then leave it somewhere where it literally will not be discovered for another 60 years, so that I can go back in real time and pick it up and go, oh, good, the hard drive's still here. Look at this. It's literally been recording every single program made on BBC One since November 1st, 1963.
So, a noble effort. But what's going to change history more? Discovering your really futuristic, technically, technology, or me just telling them something they're going to dismiss because they're from 1963? What? That'll never happen. They wouldn't believe me in the first place. But your stuff is sitting there, a ticking time bomb until, let's say, the 80s when it catches up with the technology still at hand.
That's true. What you do?
Except for the hard drive, which is 2024, I would assume.
Yeah, that's a real red pill.
You've got a raid running down there.
I do.
and then somebody's going to discover that at some point. A young Steve Roberts will.
That's it. Then I need, so we have to go to, we only have 10 minutes. Steve Reislip isn't born yet. Or is he born yet? Maybe he's like 3 years old. I have to go, Steve Roberts, I know you can't understand me, but here, I'm going to write a note to you. No, you mail him a letter. You go down and you mail him a letter. That's what you do.
It's like, listen, you show up at his bed and some creepy dude whispering at him.
Exactly. Okay.
Fear is a superpower. Also, please keep this hard drive running.
Okay.
He hadn't been born yet in 63.
Okay. So, Chris.
That'll make him 61 now. He's not 61.
All right, Chris, you chatted up with Sydney Newman. If Sydney and Verity, also bring a tape recorder so you can record it and we can get an interview for the podcast. Warren, you drop social bombs on people and punch out Rex Tucker.
And punch out Rex Tucker for some reason.
Okay. I'm just going to pause you there. If you beat up Rex Tucker, does he come back to do the Gunfighters?
Yes, he does.
Point.
He forgets about it.
That's changing history too.
It's why he becomes back, because we discover, he wouldn't have come back unless he was punched because you concussed him. He goes, I'm going to show up again in 3 years and make the worst Western of all time at BBC Studio One. That's what I'm going to do. So yes,
it's
it would work.
called the gunfighter paradox.